I'm Chief Daniel Hahn of the Sacramento Police Department.
I'm Captain Ethan Hansen of the Sacramento Police Department.
I'm Officer Berlinda Cato with the Sacramento Police Department.
Well, I think the immediate changes that can take place immediately are things like technology, the equipment we give officers so they have other options other than their handgun, policies and things like that. Those are immediate. But the long-term lasting impacts, I think, are the experiences that we give our officers. The more important things are the long-lasting experiences that we give officers through the walk in my shoes and the different groups and people we bring into the academies, so our officers have the experiences that they need to be able to work in a very diverse city in different neighborhoods. Well, first I would say that I never considered a career in law enforcement when I was growing up, and I really did it just because it paid more than any job I could get at the time while I was in college. And my plan was to quit the police department after I graduated from college. But after I got into the police department, I saw all the different things I could do. I've taught at a high school, I've done media, I've been in charge of undercover resources. So I would say the number one thing people should understand is there's a lot more to a police department than just a patrol officer driving around the street handling calls, and you can really have like 20 different careers in one. And what we are looking for is just good people with their heart in the right place and a heart to serve others, and we will teach you how to be a police officer.
I've been on the department for a short amount of time, only 2 years, but in that period of time we've changed in technology with body cams. If a new law comes out, the department's very adamant about sending out an email and to ensure that everyone has read it, or if there's a more efficient way of handling calls for service or a more efficient way of handling stressful situations, the department will send out an email with a link and then have a rundown of what they have changed so that everyone's on the same page. And if questions are there, then they send you who to contact if you have any questions.
Well, a few things. A few years back, they really started working with our hiring workshop that the recruitment unit does. And the big thing with that is it talks to all the applicants and explains to them what the process is going to look like, what they need to do, and how to prepare. And it's no inside secrets. It's kind of general information like know about the city, know about the department, and most importantly, know why you want to be a police officer and be able to articulate that. And that's a huge thing. Another thing they started doing is our Wednesday boot camps. And that's good for a few reasons. One, it actually makes sure you are in the right physical condition to pass our entry-level physical agility test. But the other reason is it helps you build bonds, not just with the recruiters, but other recruits that are going to go to the academy with you. By building that relationship and developing those ties, you're more likely to succeed in the process. You'll have to do your city application. And then after that's completed, we'll do a physical agility test and an oral panel. And then you'll do an online background statement, which essentially covers everywhere you lived, your parents, your immediate family, and all the experiences you've had in your life, good or bad, so we can help work with you. Most of that will be done online to minimize the impact to you. When you start working with our background investigator, they'll interview you in person. They'll kind of work with you, make sure that everything's there. But the big thing is what they enforce and really encourage people is just be as honest as possible immediately.
I knew that I always wanted to do something where I could help people, and I'm full of energy, so I knew I didn't want to sit behind a desk while doing that. And I figured that being an officer, you're helping people every day, whether that be calls for service or you stumble upon someone that needs help. And every day is different, and like the chief said, the job does pay well. This job has brought tremendous satisfaction in life, so every day that I get a thank you or I'm so happy you were here, or people even hug you, that to me tells me that I did my job to the best of my ability. And even if people are not happy with the service that they received or they didn't like the outcome of the call, they're still very accepting and thankful that you did what you could. And at times people do understand that.
You know, over the years, we, not only in the experiences we give our officers, but we need to evolve along with society. And in the last couple of years, we changed our policy in regards to tattoos, where most of my career, you could have a tattoo, but it must be covered. So in the summertime in Sacramento, where it's 110 degrees, you would have to wear a long sleeve shirt with your bulletproof vest and things like that. And recently we changed that policy to where you could have most tattoos showing, depending on what they are. And that's been very successful in our department because they often become a point of conversation, of positive conversation when our officers are on calls. And so now our officers can be more as their personality can show as they work in our uniform and represent the SAC PD family in Sacramento.